Today, around 3 p.m. Central Time, in the middle of a bowl of cotton, a hat of gold, and right there, 32.77 degrees north, 96.75 degrees west, on that spot, the epicenter of college football. It all revolves around that piece of priceless real estate. This is that game. This is the American game. This game causes tectonic plates to shift under the sport. It's not just one game on one Saturday. It's every game on every Saturday. Tradition, rivalry, marching bands, mascots, drama, passion. And that's all before kickoff. And then it's Barry and Fred and Mac and Bob and Baker and Colt and Vince and Kyler and Rocky and Ricky and Danny and Quinn and Sark and BB. You can take all the other cups and buckets and rivalry trophies and stuff them all in Big Tex's boot. This is the one that spins the sport. Today, undefeated meets undefeated inside a bowl of cotton for the right to wear a hat of gold at the epicenter of college football. Nothing compares to OU Texas.
Now he tosses deep downfield. Intercepted. Billy Bowman picked it off. He's got a convoy to the 20, to the 10. Pick six. It's a handoff. Brooks up the middle. First down and more. JB saying goodnight to this one. It'll be Gabriel on the keeper. Runs over a Cyclone. Touchdown. You sit down.
It's time for the greatest game in American sports. It's the Oklahoma Sooners and the Texas Longhorns. The 119th edition of the Red River Rivalry. Here we go. Live from the venerable Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. This is Sooner football.
This is what you've been waiting for. This is what it's all about.
The rivalry, you look at 100 years of it, there's a lot of hate and heart for each other.
Both teams undefeated. I don't think it gets any bigger and better than this.
Our guys are ready for that challenge. It's going to be a good one for sure.
The spotlight of college football is on the Red River Rivalry. It's something that we don't take lightly.
This is what we do. This is what we're on now.
Cool and crisp at the Cotton Bowl for a precious day in college football. The 119th Red River Rivalry. Here come the Oklahoma Sooners, 5-0 in a rebuilding year, year 2 under Brent Venables. Not thinking about the pain of last year's shutout here at the hands of the Longhorns. Underdogs today, this Texas team also 5-0. It's a business-like team, says Steve Sarkisian. They keep their emotions in check, but they've already passed one massive test on the road this season, a resounding win over the Crimson Tide in Tuscaloosa. Ja'Tavion Sanders, number 0, looks healthy and ready. That's good news for the Longhorns fans, their talented tight end. Fan base is beyond excited. Both feel good about where their football teams are, but they can't feel great because they know the challenge that awaits on the other side of this fabled stadium today. Absolutely unique. So sit back and savor the next few hours. And welcome to the All-State Red River Rivalry on ABC, presented by Head & Shoulders. And welcome. I'm Chris Fowler. Kirk Herbstreit making his way up here from the game day set. Halle Rowe joins us on the field. You know, every one of these games is precious, but when these teams are undefeated and they have championship dreams, it just feels a little bit bigger and more important. And that's what we got here today. Two football teams that are really complete. You got two quarterbacks, and Dillon Gabriel for Oklahoma, Quinn Ewers for Texas, playing at a very high level and surrounded by playmakers who like their matchups against the opposing defensive backs. And then, of course, there's the all-important ferocity of the trenches when these two teams meet. The line of scrimmage very often decides things. Here is Gabriel, his 43rd start, but this is the biggest moment of his career. Couldn't go a year ago. Concussion protocol knocked him out. And the man from Hawaii, the lefty who can spin the ball so beautifully, has been in the zone so far this season. Well, it's been a dozen years since these teams were undefeated, and since '55, it's exactly dead even. 33 wins apiece. 5-0 for the first time since '08. That was a memorable season for both programs. Dallas has hosted the last 95 years. This is the final chapter, of course, as Big 12 Conference are both off to the SEC next season. Holly Rowe has a ringside seat for this one. She's with Steve Sarkisian.
Well, Coach, there's been a lot of hype all week. This atmosphere is electric. How do you want your team to harness it productively?
I just want them to have fun today. You know, these guys put in a lot of hard work, had a great week of preparation, want them to enjoy the moment and play good football.
You have a couple of key guys that we're waiting on injury for. How do you see Sanders performing today and Jalen Watt?
JT Sanders is good to go. Ryan Watts won't be able to go today.
Thank you so much, Coach.
All right, thank you. Great day for football, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah, temperatures in the low 60s. It's going to be in the 60s throughout the game. Kind of a breezy day. You're watching a presentation of the Big 12 on ESPN. Kirk Herbstreit has made his way through the people and is up here. Pretty good time.
Yeah, 153 to the elevator.
Well, we set the table a few minutes ago, Kirk, but as you know, you can feel it on the field. It's one of those games where the emotional and physical fuel is overflowing for every guy. How do you not let that take over in a game this big?
I give Texas an advantage there because of the experience that they have, not just this year, but this is a team that they've been through a lot. You know, think about the losses that have piled up over the last 2 or 3 years, some of the embarrassment moments that they had, and this is now a veteran team that survived that. Oklahoma in the second year with Brent Venables, this is new for them. They got embarrassed last year on this field. I think they've used that as motivation to get them ready to play and avenge that loss.
What happens on this field just resonates forever in this rivalry. Moments so powerful through the years, and sometimes today keep an eye on the small moments because they can be magnified and have a huge impact on the outcome. 50-50 is always the crowd. To the left side, as you watch this, the Burnt Orange Nation. The Crimson of the Sooner Nation on the right side. OU won the toss, and Brent Venables, as he does, deferred. So Texas will get the football first. Quinn Ewers has been so calm. He was quiet, very introspective in our meeting last night, but he knows what it takes to get his mind right for this. Keelan Robinson back to return this one. Zach Schmidt, very solid kick for the Sooners to get it started. Red River, number 119. Robinson drifts up and he'll have a chance from the 11. Good coverage. The Sooners flew down the field behind that high kickoff, and Ewers backed up the 19-yard line as he comes out for his 16th start. He's only 20 years old. Seems like he's been around longer. Got a taste of it last year in a mismatch. He knows the challenge against this OU defense is a lot bigger today.
No doubt about it. I really thought there was a potential face mask there on Oklahoma on this kickoff. But keep in mind, you mentioned the 50-50 split. Texas will start the ball, and Ewers right in the heart of the OU side of the field with that crowd being a factor.
Jonathan Brooks had a great first 5 games at tailback as he get the ball immediately to Xavier Worthy. 2 years ago here, he scored from 75 yards out on the first play. This time he takes a loss.
I think Woody Washington, one of the vets of this Oklahoma defense, it was a part of the loss. What a job of setting the tone. I know it's the first play, big deal, but it's a screen where he just throws the potential block on him by Jatavian Sanders and makes a big tackle for a loss.
Both sets of DBs will be tested in coverage and in run support today. Ewers has the football, gets it out, almost threw it. He did throw a pick. Right to Gentry Williams, who jumped the route. A huge mistake for Ewers, and OU will take over in the red zone.
Ewers gets confused here, Chris. He had two slants. Oklahoma does a good job, and what an unbelievable job by Gentry Williams jumping this route. Watch the hesitation by Ewers. He's unsure. He throws it anyway, and a heck of a job by Williams undercutting that, getting in front of Mitchell, anticipating that slant. Great job by OU's defense on these first two plays, and now what field position to start the game for Dillon Gabriel.
Picks in back-to-back games for Williams. Marcus Major is the back to the right of Dillon Gabriel. He's got the football in the flat. Gets a block on the edge from Stogner, the tight end, but Texas shuts him down.
There's hopping going on out there. Dillon Gabriel, a quarterback that did not get a chance to play in this game. Second year in this system. They are going to go really fast today against Texas.
Gabriel, who can run it, takes off, has some space. Actually, it's a Farouk in the backfield there, a wildcat snap. So early wrinkle here, solid gain.
Yeah, Farouk, receiver here, just kind of, as you say, a little wrinkle to catch Texas off guard with the tempo.
And in 3rd and 1, they hammer forward and get a 1st and goal.
You know, you and I talk about this. It's much like what Tennessee was doing last year with Hendon Hooker and that Josh Heupel scheme. Very similar style with Jeff Levy. It is so fast. You practice it all week. So difficult to simulate and get ready to see it until you see it for the first time.
Gabriel, long throw. And cutting in was Andrell Anthony, not quite on the same page. Terrence Brooks in coverage. They don't have Ryan Watts, their excellent corner today.
And they'll test that corner who is in. And one of the things you got to deal with is not just a tempo, but OU is going to get the ball out of Dillon Gabriel's hands as fast as they can. They have a great deal of respect, as they should, for Texas's front and their ability to apply pressure. That ball gets out quick.
Gabriel takes off, darts up the middle, and scores! Sooners draw first blood, quickly cashing in the pick.
Did a really good job of selling this, and then follows his right guard. Metalier, watch him wait patiently, allow those blocks to establish themselves on that left side. Good job by Stogner, the tight end on that left, creating that wall, cleared it open for the guard to come around, but good patience there by Dillon Gabriel to let that form in front of him.
Oklahoma could not have imagined a better start. They get the takeaway, just the second pick that Ewers has thrown this season, and Gabriel takes it to the end zone for the 5th time as a runner, 4th in the last 3 games.
Defense with a big interception. Remember, they were torched a year ago. They come back, get the turnover, give Dillon Gabriel great field position, and the Sooners cash in here early in Dallas. A different folks to work with up front, and they are winning the line of scrimmage. Sark's forced to get the ball out away from that front.
Robinson and Brooks flanking Ewers. And a throw. Sanders tipped up in the air and intercepted. The second takeaway. Kendall Dolby comes up with the pick. Billy Bowman batted it up in the air.
He batted it up in the air, and he went right through Sanders' chest in the process. He's the veteran back there, just a grinder. How fitting for him in this rivalry game that he makes this play. Just sitting back here waiting for the potential threat right there. I think viewers at home watching it live wondered if it might be a defensive player getting hit up high. Ball's loose, but he hits him clean. Below the neck area. So it's a clean hit, well-timed. Ball goes up into the air, and Dolby's there to pick it off.
Junior safety from Denton is a big playmaker. He made an interception in the fourth quarter. A tight game at Cincinnati ended the Bearcats' hopes of winning that game. Then last week, third play of the game, it's a pick six against Iowa State, and now this huge hit on one of the big weapons in this Texas offense, Sanders. And Oklahoma, 2 takeaways. Texas offense only had 2 turnovers all season. Now a wrinkle from this side is Gabriel, the quarterback, is split out wide. Stepping under center. Now he'll move back and take the pitch. It's Farouk running left.
A lot of movement by the Sooners, just trying to affect the communication of Texas. They're in play position.
Major stutter step, then will be swallowed up from behind after a short gain. So Oklahoma backed up for this possession, and Texas defense doing a good job so far. They've created a 3rd and 13. Aaron Sorrell on that stop. And now it's super loud for Oklahoma's offense in this end.
Yeah.
Gabriel from his own end zone flips it high and incomplete. Tried to find Drake Stoops on the cross. And the Longhorns force a 3-and-out.
Well, when they spread you so wide horizontally, it creates great vertical seams. Look at all the space to work for Gabriel. Going to get the ball out fast, but with the blitz coming, it's just a one-on-one matchup with Stoops against Thompson. But an errant pass, never a chance there on 3rd down.
Xavier Worthy waits in Oklahoma territory to receive the punt of Josh Plaster, and it's blocked, and Texas scores a touchdown. Could you ask for more wild stuff in the first few minutes of this game? Malik Muhammad is a true freshman at corner, made the play. There is a flag on the field.
I think that's a celebration flag. This score will count, but it's probably an excessive celebration. Texas, the way this game is gone.
Way up, penalty like that wouldn't have made a difference. Incompletion kept it a 4th and short, and now the Sooners with fresh downs here from the 34. Off the play fake, Gabriel backpedals and launches downfield for Jaleel Farouk, who makes a catch at the Texas 21. He beat Jalen Catalon, the safety, our first downfield play today.
Well, this is a matchup they want. Catalon is known more as a thumper, and they're able to get downfield, create that one-on-one matchup with Farouk. Nice job of locating the matchup, and Gabriel puts it out in front of him where he can run under the football.
43-yard gain. This is Walker hammering to the right. An area of big improvement this season for Gabriel, throwing the ball downfield. Doesn't matter that his hand is bleeding. That's, of course, his non-throwing hand, but
got to power with the left. Got to power through. Didn't affect that deep ball very much. What a good job by Jeff Levy. That's what he does. He spreads you out horizontally to take shots vertically.
Walker breaks the first tackle, but is spun down behind the line of scrimmage by Jalen Ford, the leader of this Longhorn defense, who sets the tone.
One of the more instinctive linebackers you'll see in college football. Get another player down.
Jeff Levy has got cooked up on this 3rd and 10. Blood in the pants of the quarterback. Texas not showing pressure in this 3rd down. They don't bring it. Gabriel from the pocket, a long throw to the far sidelines, and a diving attempt. Anthony, does he have it in bounds? Yes, he does. You see the accuracy and the arm strength of Gabriel.
And it's a long throw for any quarterback. What an accurate throw. And a heck of a job by the transfer from Michigan, Anthony, to get that left foot down. Slow down Dylan Gabriel in the rhythm of this offense.
There was a slight bobble of the ball, but he got his right toe down just before the knee hit out of bounds. So he did regain control.
I didn't see any bobble. Good for you seeing that.
Weird start, but now Gabriel has found some rhythm here with the deep ball and the great third down completion. Walker into heavy traffic. It's just hard to move those 300-pounders in the middle.
That's where the big boys. That's where the big boys are, inside there. That's tough sledding.
Well, what a first quarter in Dallas. Oklahoma threatening, but it's 7 apiece in the Red River rivalry. Back after this message and a word from your presented by Head and Shoulders. Sooners threatening here in a 7-7 game. 2nd and 9. Walker is the back, along with Drake Stoops for now in the backfield to the left of Dylan Gabriel. Plenty of wrinkles already. Now Stoops goes in motion. It didn't look like Gabriel was ready for the snap. He was surprised by it, handled it, hands off to Walker.
I tell you what, man, he's getting tested back there with these snaps. He and Rain better get on the same page. That ball came back again where his athletic ability saves that potentially from that ball bouncing off his shoulder pad. So again, keep in mind where they are in the field. Loudest part of this stadium for this OU offense and that O-line.
First snap for Gavin Sawchuk is the back who motions out. Empty backfield now. Texas rushes for Gabriel. Thinks about scrambling. He'll take off. Now flips to the end zone. Almost through an interception. Tracking across was Jaron Thompson, the safety. Wow. Gabriel lucky to avoid a pick there.
He really is. He wanted to go off to his right here. Safety's taken away completely. And then he has to come back. See, he looks right. Now he's going to work back over here. Once he makes that decision, look at the eyes of the Texas safety. He reads him perfectly, and he brings him over there to make that play.
And both these defenses, Kirk, have some experienced and savvy safeties who make the quarterback pay for a bad decision. Chip shot here for Zach Schmidt. And that is a straightforward special teams play. We've had very few so far. That was a heck of a drive by Oklahoma. It took it 78 yards in 13 plays, 4.5 minutes. Back on top by 3. Ball start, then they spend a timeout, so still 1st and 15. Ewers changes direction, trying to escape for his life, and he's brought down. Ethan Downs got there first. It's a play they love to use, but it takes a long time to develop.
Watch Laulu take this away. 8 does a good job of anticipating. They ran this exact same play a week ago against Kansas, but this time it's taken away.
Lost 10 yards. Now Ewers a long throw, catch made. Worthy gets back a big chunk of the yardage from 2nd and 25. It'll be 3rd and manageable now inside the 30.
Max protect, tight end in the back in there to help him out. And that's just a one-on-one matchup against a soft corner. Easy read, throws on rhythm and time there that time by Ewers. Gives him a shot here.
Yeah, Texas subs. Oklahoma had a chance to do the same and catch their breath before this 3rd and 7. Ball out quickly, one-handed grab made by Brooks, who fights near the first down. Stutzman forced him out, and it's going to be right there at the marker.
Watch this, the one hand, like you said, and then to dive to try to pick up that first down.
He is short, 4th down.
Yeah, but not by much. What a great effort there by Brooks.
Bert Auburn, the Texas kicker's been struggling a bit by his high standards, and Sarkisian not going with the field goal here. It's about 1.5 yards that they need. Ewers on the move, flips it, touchdown! Gunnar Helm, the tight end. They turned him loose, and he makes him pay, and Texas is on top. What a call.
What a call. Again, OU's eyes in the backfield on a short yardage play, 4th and 2, completely expecting that they're going to try to run this football. And once Ewers rolled out to the right, mouse game, mixing up tempo, trying not to allow Venables a chance to make those adjustments late. That'll continue throughout the game.
Stone to boot it away. And this is Farouk who will wave for a fair catch. And Sooners will take over at the 25. Holly?
Well, guys, Quinn Ewers redeeming himself on that last drive. He got off to a tough start with the interception, losing his center, a lot of chaos. But he's been working all season on his mental conditioning. He had a meeting on Thursday with Dr. Cawthon of Texas to make sure that his fear of failure does not rise up in this game. And he did face some failure early in this game. But on that drive, he comes to the sideline after the big touchdown, calm, composed. You wouldn't know anything's going on by the look on his face. This is something he's been working on to rebound.
That's a great point, Holly. Breathing exercises, sports psychology, those are the tools at his disposal. That was a lot to bounce back from early. This is Marcus Major, works the right side. That's a pretty solid first down game. They haven't had many on the ground.
Well, you see what Jeff Levy did. He started with 4 receivers to the right, brought him all the way back to the left, and the adjustment from Texas gave him numbers back to the right to run.
Long runs really weren't lined up to defend the pass on the far side, but they hand it off to Major, runs to this side, and it's Barron getting him down, but it's a first down.
Yeah, the whole goal of Oklahoma's offense is to get the defense to look over to the sideline as the ball is being snapped. They're trying to get the call. Texas trying to avoid that against this tempo.
Off the play fake, Gabriel flips it short. Major makes one man miss, is knocked down at the 45 by Anthony Hill, but this is what they say is on schedule for this offense.
And he also, I love how the term, he says, we want him to create completions. Just operating within this offense. If it's a quick throw like that, stay on schedule, let us play fast. This is the slowest you'll ever see Oklahoma's offense here.
How fast they're playing. 75% completion rate coming in. That would shatter the school record by Baker Mayfield as Gabriel this time plows the middle and gets nothing, so it sets up a 3rd and long 3.
It was the right read. He had a chance to read that. Kind of a power play, quarterback power coming back the other way off of that play fake, but that big defensive line not letting anything get started there in the trenches.
Sooners 2 for 6 on 3rd so far. Walker is the back. Gabriel has time and delivers a pass, caught far side. It's a first down to Farouk.
I don't know if it's because he's lefty and he's not the tallest. I mean, I know people compare Tua's kind of his system and the way his mechanics. That ball gets out so quick. Give credit to that offensive line giving him time.
14-yard gain in the 3rd down. Gabriel has a lot of time here. And now we'll take off, makes a cut, weaves his way down, starts to slide, takes a hit. Oklahoma fans want a flag, and they get one. Jaron Thompson arrived, but the quarterback was beginning to give himself up.
That's part of his game that's very underrated. The way he can escape and create, much better this year. One of the worst in the country a year ago. Was pressured a lot, didn't have a chance to make plays like this. Now one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the country at doing this.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, just sliding quarterback. Defense, half a distance to the goal.
You know, really wasn't after the play, Bill. He was sliding, but had begun that motion to give himself up when Thompson arrived. How do you see it?
Well, technically, when he starts to slide, the play's dead.
Okay.
So technically, it is a late hit.
It's good for fans to know when you start to slide, not the actual slide itself. Once you start to go down, you're giving yourself up.
No, and that's the exact spot the ball will be placed.
Right.
Oklahoma trying to reclaim the lead, set up inside the Texas 15. On the end around, it's Gavin Freeman. He's the punt returner. He's got good quickness in tight spaces and worms his way down to the 2.
Great job again of getting away from the big, strong defensive lineman. Get him out on the edge where he's got some room to work with that quickness.
Texas defense barely set up as they snap it and hand it to Major. Runs into a burnt orange wall at the 1.
See, a little different in there. You get the linebackers and safeties trying to get down.
No place you want to be.
No. Time it looked like Barron, the safety, got in there, the nickel.
Oklahoma did sub. Texas brings on a few fresh defenders. First and goal. Walker, short yardage power back. But Gabriel keeps it, takes a hit, and he'll be stopped short of the goal line. Derek Williams, true freshman, pressed into duty with Catalan out of the game.
Pretty good job. He's known as a physical freshman. You can see Barron gets in there too. A lot of Longhorns, but boy, it's fun to watch Derek Williams, a five-star with a lot of promise, being forced into duty and showing he's not just a guy that has skill. He's not afraid to get in there and thump.
They were all over the quarterback that time. Gabriel already one rushing touchdown, but so they handed to Walker this time. And he just waltzes in, standing up. Oklahoma answers the answer by Texas and reclaims the lead.
Caden Green is being in this game right now. He's on the left side there. Watch the job that he does. 70. He's a true freshman. Nice job of the double team there in the middle. The center, Rain, right guard, Metalier. They open that hole up nicely.
It's the AT&T 5G clicker. Walker's third touchdown run of the season. 10-play, 75-yard drive for the Sooners. Took just about 4 minutes. So it took a while with this frantic beginning, but both offenses really finding their rhythm right now. 17-14. Spread the football around to those talented playmakers. Second and goal. Empty backfield. And swarming into the backfield to make the play for Oklahoma is Bothroyd. They lose 4. Who's the guy who was flagged a second ago?
Yeah, but I think he saw that coming. It's a good job by Brent Venables schooling him up and getting him ready to anticipate anytime he sees motion coming to him. Be ready for that threat. Justin. Back to what Ewers is most comfortable with down in this area.
Yeah, it's really a premium on Ewers' execution down here. Hasn't been a strong point so far this season. Brooks motions out 5 receivers. Ewers has some space, pump fakes, and is not going to fool anybody. He's dragged down at the 6 by Kanak, and it's 4th down.
They spread it out, went empty. Create some one-on-one chances, but instead Oklahoma, they're going to sit back in more of a zone and doing a good job of keeping their eyes on Ewers.
Keeps the head down and knocks it right through. So that's a 68-yard field goal drive in 10 plays, 3.5 minutes, and now Gabriel's got 153 to work with.
It is unbelievable. It's one of a kind, state fair. A lot of people going around this stadium have no idea there's a game going on. Well, there's 100,000 people or so inside here enjoying it. Split right from the 50-yard line. Crimson and cream one side, burnt orange on the other. Very unique, and this game's living up to what you expect to see from it with some unanticipated excitement.
And Farouk will let it bounce. When we talk about the importance of this game, both these teams at 5-0 certainly have hopes and dreams of a national championship. This is the chance to reach the playoff, to get in the 4-team bracket. You can see that no matter which team wins, 72% for Oklahoma, 73% for Texas. They'll both be very likely favored in the remainder of their games. Could be the first of 2 meetings. 20 miles to the west is the conference championship game.
Not to say, yeah, that they're going to get tested and maybe meet again in the conference championship, but the springboard that this can give you, the confidence that this can give you. Whereas if you lose this one, even though you're 5-1, you're regrouping a bit.
No timeouts, a minute 53. They pitch it to Andrew Anthony, who ducks under a tackler, falls down short of the marker. Clock still moving.
Yeah, Anthony, the transfer from Michigan. I thought it was a little surprised when he came over, but it's worked out well for him. 6'1", 190.
And they're going to run the ball. And Major will move the sticks. The clock will continue to move as soon as they get those ready. Yeah, Michigan, they're in such disarray. You got to get out of Ann Arbor. Things are just not working out there. He said he didn't. He got a lot of puzzled questions when he decided to transfer, but it has worked out really well for him, Anthony. Gabriel, an inaccurate throw, tried to lead Major, but it was off target. Clock stopped with 1:20 to play.
Texas just sitting back in a zone. Couple robbers, meaning safeties, sitting down right around that 15-yard mark, just kind of reading the eyes, trying to bait him into any kind of throw, but just nobody open downfield.
Gabriel patient, checks the sideline. Here comes the pressure. They pick it up. Long throw, caught, and spinning free is Farouk. They chase him down, but a big play made one man miss. This guy is so good after the catch.
He sure is. And again, this is the improvement. Look how far he is near the sideline. You'd love to see the defender this time, Holmes, use that sideline to help him with leverage to the inside, but instead he gives that away and then gives up yards after the catch.
Got 34 yards after the catch. Oklahoma thinking end zone now, not just a field goal try. Gabriel took a look left, now dumps it down over the middle, and this is Walker with the catch. Breaks free again. You can't get this dude down. He is so powerful. Another first down at the 16. Gavin Holmes having a tough go out there.
Just take completions. That's what you do in this offense. You're right. He is a handful to bring down. Lower body strength. You never can assume you got him. Texas trying to rotate bodies. Go back to Brent Venables using those timeouts. This is why he did. He has a lot of confidence in it, how quickly they execute, and the fact that Dillon Gabriel has such a great handle. Look at this. Still a minute to go. They're inside the 20.
We're taking 52 seconds to get this close, and they'll run the ball again with Major. Murphy wraps him up. If you're going to run it, you do have to have a little urgency between plays.
Yeah, and again, I think it speaks volumes about how fast they go, that they're not panicking. They're not going recklessly fast.
Anthony off to the left, and there is a whistle and a flag.
And right guard, actually right tackle moved. Guyton.
It's been a really clean first half for the Longhorns, or for the Sooners. The Longhorns have had 6 penalties. That's just the 3rd for Oklahoma.
This false start's going to be a potential 10-second runoff because the clock was running.
False start, offense, number 60, 5-yard penalty. Still second down. This foul also includes a 10-second runoff. Please set the game clock to 30 seconds.
And
the clock will start with my signal.
So that suddenly changes the complexion a little bit without that timeout. They're down to 30 seconds suddenly. Walker motions out. Gabriel takes off, has a little crease, makes a man miss, still fights down inside the 10. He's short of the mark, and the clock continues to run. Can't stop it with a timeout.
What a great decision, and he has such acceleration.
Now in 3rd and 2 from the pocket, backpedaling, the survey, time running out. The ball is incomplete at the 1-yard line with 2 seconds to go. Very nearly, Kirk, took too much time back there.
And the ball's dropped. He walks into the end zone. He's had such a great half here. Walker's shown what he can do, running the football, catching the ball. I just think he started to think about where to go. The fact that he's going to go score a touchdown here in the Red River rivalry. He just didn't look that in. That's the goal line. He walks in.
Jalen Ford had lost him. This time Schmidt will deal with an angle from just inside the left hash. Right through. So in that frantic first quarter, neither offense really had much rhythm. That changed in the second quarter. 23 combined points, and Oklahoma trots up the tunnel with a 20-17 lead at the break of the 119th Red River rivalry. Everything you hope for and what you expect when these two teams get together. And here's Holly with Brent Venables.
Well, Coach, the start of this game was so chaotic. How do you feel like your team finally was able to settle into some kind of rhythm?
Yeah, I say embrace the chaos. You know, we talked about that a lot. And, you know, pressure's a privilege. Chaos is what this game's all about, always has been. But you want to have poise under pressure. And I thought for the most part we did. We gave up a couple of drives there in the second quarter. I thought they got some momentum back. But a really great job there. You'd love to have converted there and made that a touchdown. But a great job by Zach, the middle late, sitting in a solid position there. And, again, getting the ball back into the third quarter.
Thank you so much, Coach. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you bet.
Thoughtful, analytical, and thorough at the end of the first half is Brent Venables. Embrace the chaos. Pressure is a privilege. All the catchphrases coming out here. The State Farm halftime report is coming up after these messages, 20-17. Get ready for more in the second half. The All-State Red River rivalry on ABC. Presented by Head & Shoulders. This presentation of the Big 12 on ESPN. Final chapter of this great rivalry in this conference. Wow, what an eventful first half. Back and forth. Oklahoma's going to get the ball to start the second half, and maybe we'll get a chance to see these two quarterbacks and offenses build on what they did in the second quarter, because Gabriel's going to get the ball, and the guy who has a deep connection and trust with Jeff Lebby, his play caller. We've seen that kind of on display as this game has kind of gotten going.
Yeah, it took a little bit for the kind of the flow of the game to settle in, just because there were so many different things with the special teams. But now we're starting to get there. And I'll tell you, Dylan Gabriel's legs are a major factor for Texas. You know, something that they've got to come up with some answers. And I think he was able to maneuver around and keep a lot of plays alive. Think about him, you think of a quick delivery, getting the ball out, great understanding of Lebby's scheme. But he has shown this year, and really a lot of his career, that you better account for him when he takes off and creates.
And the guy is starting his 43rd game in a row, by the way, unable to play a year ago and making the most of this chance. Stone's kickoff is deep. Holly, what do you have?
Well, just got up with Steve Sarkisian, and two of his most important offensive players are very limited for this second half. Center Jake Majors is emergency-only usage with a left ankle injury. Jatavion Sanders, their do-everything tight end, is very limited, and we will not see much of him. So how they respond from that is a huge factor right now. He did feel like they gained some rhythm offensively. He said, I wish we would have executed better. And when I asked him if we'd see more trickeration in the second half, he gave me a big smile. Oh, Holly, you know me. I like to have fun.
Gabriel, little option look. Major on the edge is dragged down after a short gain by Sorrell.
Not to mention, he mentioned injuries on the offensive side, but with Catalon still out, Derek Williams, too, is in this game as a true freshman and very capable of making plays.
Farouk's in the backfield. He's got it. Speedy around the edge. Units of first down. Oklahoma starting fast.
That direct snap to him, we saw it in the first half, and because he gets around the edge so much faster with the direct snap, they're able to seal the edge. And nice to see Drake Stoops, who's such a physical slot receiver, out front there leading the way.
Play fake. Gabriel makes a long throw to the near sideline and a hands catch across the 40-yard line. Looks like it's Andrew Anthony.
He's got a strong arm. You know, he can deliver the ball. Doesn't his mechanics, I know he's from Hawaii, he's left-handed, not the tallest. His mannerisms, the way he moves around, does remind you of Tua.
Absolutely. Marcus Mariota is the guy that really inspired Gabriel the most as a young guy in Hawaii. Heard that Heisman Trophy speech when he reached out to all the Polynesian kids, telling them to dream big, and he did. Flips short of the middle. Stogner reaches out a big hand, makes the catch, and he's wrestled down by a bunch of Longhorns, including Jalen Ford, but a first down near midfield.
Close to a hold there, but they did not call it in the right guard. There was some penetration off on the right side. Good job by Byron Murphy getting in there, but Collier ended up, I thought they were going to call it. They let it go, and nice throw there by Gabe.
Gabriel on the slant. This catch made by Stoops and serenaded, as he always is when he touches the ball, by the crowd here, the son of the legend.
Absolutely. And he's out there because he's a great football player, not because of his dad.
That hit caused the ball to come loose, and then he landed on top of it. It's an incomplete pass.
Under further review.
He got hit hard.
Thompson, yeah.
Yeah. I thought he maybe completed the process. The umpire was right there to call it a catch. Right into traffic. Has it initially, but what a hit there to jar that loose by, you said, Chris, Jaron Thompson, kind of the quarterback of that secondary.
Stoops tried to sell it like he caught it darn well. The ball hit the ground and came up. I'll tell you, Kirk, we've seen it from the very first snaps of this game, and it's not a surprise, but it just reinforces what this rivalry is all about. Guys are hitting harder, arriving faster. It's no wonder some guys have gone down with injuries in this game with the tempo.
Yeah, it's the hardest hitting game we've had a chance to be. We did a Texas-Bama game, but this has a different feel to it with how hard these safeties and linebackers are hitting people.
We assume that replay is going to clean that up. Richard Brown is in the booth. It'll be 2nd and 10 back at the OU 49 after they do fix it. They got the stop near the end of the half. The Sooners defense forcing the field goal. They preserved time. Gabriel right down the field. Now a chance to build on the 3-point lead before Ewers gets the ball back.
Incomplete pass. It will be 2nd down at the previous spot.
You know, the middle 8 is something that Dabo Swinney popularized at Clemson when Venables was there, and now he's preaching it. The last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 of the second half. If you own those 8 minutes, the chances are very good you win the game. He's trying to make that a reality here this afternoon again by building on this lead. Walker's the back. It is 2nd and 10 after the review. Walker picks his way again. Hard to bring him down, and Anthony Hill just I'm not going to do anything but wrap you up and body slam you. That is some strength by the freshman.
It is some strength, but it's a good push by OU's offensive line. The key to this game for Texas was their defensive line being difference makers.
On 3rd and 2, they flip it to Stoops, who reaches back, makes the catch, and they move the 6 to the 37.
They slid him right out of the backfield. Set up a nice pick or kind of a rub there by Farouk off the right. Stoops getting up talking.
Gabriel, long throw near side. Anthony spins free of one tackler, wrestled down at the 25. Another first down.
What those wide throws like that in this offense, not only is it a great completion in a first down, but it really stretches the Texas defense horizontally. Eventually gives you a chance to take some shots to Farouk downfield and other receivers downfield.
Off the fake, Gabriel across the middle, and then Stogner, the tight end, knocked down at the 14. I like how Jeff Levy says that it goes back to the days of Art Wiles and Baylor. Make them defend every blade of grass on the field.
And that's the theory, because you look at the formations, you look at how they attack out on the perimeter, makes you have to respect things out wide, and then they gut you into the middle.
Keeper. Gabriel follows a block and now skips out of bounds.
Dylan Gabriel bringing a lot of meat on meat there. No time to breathe. We're back set. Ball snapped again. Power offense right up the gut.
We got a great view. Does it make you want to get back in them trenches at all, AJ?
No, not really. Actually, being down here makes me not want to get back in these trenches. It makes me appreciate being on this side watching these big guys. They're unbelievable.
1st and goal from the 3. Oklahoma has marched right down the field to start the second half. Ooh. Another handoff. Walker gets down to the 1. Nice gang tackle there, but this is when we find out a lot about a lot of things. The offensive line, center and 2 guards. Are you tough enough to handle this Texas D-line? Well, 2nd and goal from the 1. You got 3 shots at this. Can you move it 3 feet, A.J. Hawk? That's all they're trying to do.
Look at the interior 3 we have here for Texas. A lot of meat up front. Going to be getting off the ball here.
Trill Carter, number 98, lined up right over the center. Ooh. Dive, touchdown. Oklahoma's up 26-17. drive.
Do that celebration.
Hey, Ty Schmidt, I know you just had a gun go off in your ear, but Oklahoma's halftime speech from Venables had to be something magical. They walked right down the field on Texas.
Yeah, unbelievable, Pat. I apologize because, like you mentioned, it feels like a bomb just went off down here. But, hey, that's what you're going to get in this rivalry. What a methodical drive from Gabriel in Oklahoma. Exactly what they needed to kind of take the momentum back starting this second half.
And Stogner is on the left wing of this field goal team and made a lead block, had a couple big-time catches, and now was the guy that was going to lay the block to make sure the kick was protected. It's 27-17. Oklahoma's
Sanders no matter what.
Sanders throws a block there, but not enough to protect the quarterback for long. Ethan Downs has been big off the edge. We wondered, is there an elite pass rusher in this game? There really wasn't coming in, but Downs has made a big impact today.
He sure did. And that's a tough block there for Sanders, who's coming over from the right over to the left. And I'll tell you what's impressive there is Downs worked through first the tight end, Gunnar Helm, and then eventually Sanders coming over there.
Fourth sack allowed by this Longhorn offensive line. Suddenly it's 2nd and 16. Screen. And they get a few yards, about 5 of it back. It's Whittington.
Sark trying to find a way to slow down this front. They are really aggressive, doing a really good job of disrupting things, playing with a lot of confidence with this 10-point lead.
See if they come after Ewers here. 3rd down and 12. They bring the pressure. Ewers steps up, thinks about running. He'll take off. No way he's going to get there. Lost the ball. It comes loose, still rolling around, and Oklahoma has it. Gentry Williams had an early pick. Now he's got a fumble recovery right at midfield.
Peyton Bowen, the true freshman, causes that with a major hit. This guy's a true freshman. This is what you fear when a quarterback takes off. Keeping the ball in tight, he did. But the freshman, who they say is a superstar in the making, comes up, unloads into Ewers, and knocks that ball loose.
He made an impact first as a special teamer. Bowen has blocked 2 punts this season. Now he forces the 3rd turnover by Ewers today. The 2 early picks. And then when he had gotten a rhythm, gotten going, the fumble. And now this is a big moment for the Texas defense.
Sudden change, plus territory. We're actually right at the 50. Does Levy roll the dice here, try to create one-on-one, and maybe take a shot downfield?
They've got a fleet of speedsters on the field to work with. They fake it to Walker. Gabriel rolls, gets around the corner. Ooh, he's dragged down. Nice tackle by Jahdae Barrett in the open field to prevent a bigger gain.
Yeah, I think one of the more underrated players on the Texas defense. Good effort. He chased that all the way from the backside, showed his speed. One of the leaders when you get really close to this team. I like how he plays with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. A lot of pressure on this Texas defense to step up after that turnover.
Gabriel has a lot of time, checks it down, and the catch is made in traffic by Walker, so it's going to be 3rd down and long. Jalen Ford right there to make the stop. Texas, they slowed the tempo a bit here.
Yeah. Texas sitting back here on these first couple plays, more zone, trying to keep things in front, trying to make Gabriel have to hold on to the football. Let's see if they elect to dial it up here. They're going to bring in Anthony Hill. You see him as a pass rusher. Got him up the top.
Gabriel gets the ball out in a hurry. It's incomplete. Tried to find Andrew Anthony on the slant. Terrence Brooks broke it up, and that is an enormous stop for a defense down 10 off the turnover.
It didn't impact the play, but just to give you an idea, Kwiatkowski, the defensive coordinator, I just said they sat back, a little more conservative first 2 plays. That time, they sensed this point in the game down 10. They wanted to try to apply pressure, even though Gabriel got the ball out quickly. Heck of a job by the Horns D. Get that 3 and out after the turnover by Ewers.
You bring in their specialists in these situations, Luke Elzinga, the Central Michigan transferred punter, and he's the best at knocking the ball deep. And Texas Fair catch there. Worthy chose to take the ball at the 5-yard line. So Lawrence defense gets a stop, but the Sooners still up by 10 here at the Texas State Fair, where there is no shortage of
State Red River Rivalry on ABC, presented by Head & Shoulders, is brought to you by Ram Trucks, America's best light-duty pickup for new vehicle quality.
The golden hat awaits the winners. I love that piece of tradition here. Some guys wear it better than others. Taco Bell Live Más Student Section of the Year contest. You can download the Taco Bell app to learn more. Well, Texas offense operating from their end of the field should have cooperation from the home crowd, but this Oklahoma defense, Kirk, as you said, they are operating with a lot of confidence and bringing serious pressure on the quarterback. Try to mitigate that with the running game, but off the edge. It's a nice play there made.
Doing a good job,
Kelly.
A lot of movement, a lot of rotating of bodies, staying fresh up front. Ewers right now, you know, when you're backed up at your own 5-yard line, you're just trying to get a first down and get out of there. But they're going to at some point have to stretch this defense. They're just attacking too much downfield or downhill, causing a lot of problems against the run game, the short pass game.
Ewers from the end zone does try to stretch the field, and wide open is Xavier Worthy on the edge. He got away from Woody Washington.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Sark's sensing and feeling what we're talking about is they're taking away everything underneath and they're collapsing down. At some point, you got to make them pay for that by getting the ball thrown downfield and stretching things downfield.
Fourth catch for Worthy, worth 81 yards. Ewers pressured, harassed, and flushed immediately, and delivers the outlet throw to Gunnar Helm, has become a big part of things this afternoon.
Boy, heck of a job here, just somehow getting away from this pressure right here in the middle. I mean, remember, without your leader, Lee Majors inside there, Kelly able to get in there in a hurry.
Handoff, running right. Brooks makes the cut. Bangs into Oklahoma territory. Crucial possession for the Longhorns to try to get momentum turned back their way.
It's nice to see 24, if you're a Texas fan, just have a little bit of space to work with. If he gets one-on-one with a defensive back, he's going to make you miss. That time he made a couple defensive backs miss. Gentry Williams, along with Reggie Pearson, both whiffing, trying to tackle number 24.
19-yard gain. Ewers has a lot of time. It hasn't happened very often today. Delivers a long throw on the far side. Adonai Mitchell makes the catch. They pick up 6 on first down.
Yeah, good job up front. Offensive line that time, as you said, we haven't seen him have that kind of time very much. And it's nice to see Mitchell get his hands on the football.
Brooks makes a cut, as he does so often, just finds room in the middle, falls forward, another first down.
This looks like more of what you'd expect. You know, they're buried inside their own 5-yard line, and that big throw to Worthy seemed to really ignite this drive, and now they got a little bit of rhythm and momentum here.
Off the play fake, Ewers checks it down. Brooks again, makes a man miss, shows the strength, and he's down near the marker. Billy Bowman eventually brought him down.
Just get him the ball in space. He's going to come out of the backfield. And again, this defense, well, watch the backers sink. They want to make sure everything downfield, the threat of Mitchell. So that's okay. Let's make them miss. Wow. If he takes away Mitchell or the tight end behind, they're going to sink in coverage. I love that Ewers made a quick decision, just got the ball out quickly.
Baxter in to give Brooks a breather, and the young fellow's going to be swarmed behind the line. DeJoun Terry, who had been out of the game, is back in, making the play.
He's the Tennessee transfer, 5th-year guy. Usually known as a guy that just eats blocks, but with him reaching, you see that offensive line working to their right, trying to reach. He's able to sneak in and penetrate into a gap.
You need 6 on third. Let's see if Sarkisian is thinking about 2 plays to pick this up. Hand it off inside and knocked down 2 yards short of the marker is Baxter. Canick got him down. So far, the offense is staying out there on 4th down.
Yeah, he's reading McCullough on an RPO. The read gave him an indicator to hand that football off.
Savion Red has come into the game. He's been the running back used frequently today as a wildcat quarterback, running and throwing. Texas, by the way, 3 for 3 on 4th down. Reds played a big role in that. And a penalty before the snap.
False start. Offense. Number 62. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
He makes it 4th and 8, and that'll change Sarkisian's thinking as the field goal team trots out.
Yeah, it's on the center. Robertson there.
Again, filling in for Jake Majors, the top offensive lineman on this team, who was down with a leg injury early. So here comes Bert Auburn from 45. Made good on a chip shot earlier, but he struggled in recent weeks from distances just like this. In a swirling wind, he drives it through. That's an important field goal for Texas as they cut it to a 7-point margin. 1:53 in the third. 67-yard drive. Headquarters?
Yeah.
January 8th in Houston is the championship game. So Texas was backed up at the beginning of that drive, way back at the 5-yard line, moved it down the field. The big conversion to Worthy there got him in position, and Auburn drives it through to make it a 7-point game. Curtis Wilson on the All-State bus made an appearance in Dallas. Now he's headed up to Seattle here. What's your All-State good hands play this weekend?
Oh, usually we're calling a night game, and it's easy to look and survey the whole country.
Oh, wow.
We're going to go way back to 01 in a 7-3 game late in this game. Roy Williams, the Superman play against Chris Sims, knocked that ball into the air, and Teddy Lehman caught it in the air, secured victory for the Sooners and Bob Stoops.
One of those special teams plays by Texas. They fielded the punt way down inside the 10-yard line. That set that up. Sooners back to work. Farouk finds the edge. Look out, he can fly. Knocked out across the 40, a couple of steps away from really busting loose.
Boy, great job by these Oklahoma receivers. Drake Stoops, watch 12 out there. Nice block there. Good hustle downfield all around by that group. Nick Anderson, 4 involved.
Batted away. Reaching up was Alfred Collins, the tackle.
Well, we have not felt the presence of this Texas defensive front. We talked about this being a big factor in this game. How would Oklahoma deal with the Texas front? Jeff Levy and Dylan Gabriel have come up with a plan between the tempo and the different play calling. They have slowed down the front that time, knocked down by Collins.
1 sack by the Longhorns. They've affected Gabriel a few times, but not enough. It shows some pressure here. Gabriel has time, and it's batted down again. That time it was Anthony Hill, so back-to-back bat downs. Sets up a 3rd and 10.
Actually, he does a really good job here. He can't get to him, so he just does what most good linebackers do. They play with instincts. Eyes on the ball. I can't get to him. The ball's going to be out too quickly, so it's 6-3. He almost not only knocked that down, he timed it so well. I wouldn't have been shocked if he came down with an interception.
4 of 10 are the Sooners on 3rd down. Sawchuk is in the game. Reliable pass protector. Let's see if they try to heat up Gabriel. And he changed rapidly his mind, and it's worked out beautifully for him. 3rd and 10. Gabriel feels the pressure, sidesteps it, escapes, and tries to get there with his legs. Gets a block on the edge, but will not get there. Fought really hard, but Derek Williams, the true freshman in for Catalan, made the tackle on the far side.
Collins right here wins, forces him out of the pocket. And then you're talking about a true freshman out in space, getting off of a potential block by Drake Stoops, and makes a play. Tell you, we're seeing glimpses of what
need. Almost 2 full yards to get to the 47.
Well, he spreads them out.
Walker is the back. They're going to try to get Texas to flinch, but they do run a play. Gabriel throws a slant, far side, and Stoops could not come up with it. Michael Taft, a backup safety, made the play, and Texas, with that stop, has great field position.
Well, that's all you could hope for Dillon Gabriel. Ball, to me, is a little late and thrown behind downfield, but look at this cushion right here. You'll take that every single time. Ball now, a little bit late and behind. Stoops is running out of room, but he went to the right target with that cushion into the boundary.
But the wrong shoulder.
Just felt like he got it out a little bit late. Now, because you roll the dice and go for it in a rivalry game, look at the field position for Quinn Ewers and the Horns.
Ewers, by the way, has completed his last 13 passes. Did have the fumble loss in the middle of that, but terrific with him throwing the ball. Another high percentage throw to Brooks. So you said just get it to him in space, and he creates about a 4-yard gain.
Just take those completions all day. He wanted to go. He wanted to take a shot. Looked like Sark wanted to try to test the defense after that turnover on downs. Taken away downfield, no problem. Check it down. At least get some positive yards.
What a sudden change in this game. That decision by Venables and the stop with the incompletion has given Texas a real chance. And Brooks turns the corner, bangs through tacklers, still running, powering down inside the 35.
How about the right side of this offensive line? Campbell and Jones. Really good job on this right side. Watch them work the double team and then climb up to those backers. Look at that hole. I mean, you're letting Brooks get downhill into the teeth of that defense with speed.
What more could you ask for? 119th Red River rivalry. The Longhorns and the Sooners battling in a one-score game. 15 minutes to play. Back after this message. You're set for the fourth quarter. Aerial coverage brought to you today by Goodyear, celebrating their challenge of road games everywhere. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. Which side, which individual going to make the plays here in this final quarter be remembered forever? The great history of the Red River rivalry. Longhorns at the 34. And first down. And test the middle with Brooks, and that time he is stopped for no gain. That man Jordan Kelly, who's got him on the depth chart, he came in fresh. He's been making a big impact last couple of seasons.
Yeah, talking his talk too to the Texas team, letting them know.
There's a second down run. Brooks makes a cut, wrestled down by Billy Bowman. It'll be third down and about 5.
You could argue here as we start this fourth quarter in a 27-20 game with Oklahoma with everything at stake. This is as big a quarter of college football that we've seen all year with everything that's at stake.
Biggest quarter these teams have played in a while. Right away, touch by Whittington is down to the 1-yard line. They played quick. They got him on a slant. And he found a nice crease in that zone.
Exactly right. He finds a crease, and Oklahoma, the secondary with their eyes into the backfield. Right here is the culprit. Safety moves from the middle over to the hash, and a good job of recognizing that and getting the ball out quickly. Pressure was coming from his blind side, but he bites onto the fake to give Ewers just enough time.
You're going to like this, Kirk. Big Byron Murphy and Tavondre Sweat, those studs of the defensive line, have been brought into this game to enhance the beef lining up in the backfield. And they hand it off to Brooks. Behind all that, they couldn't create enough space. He stopped for nothing.
Boy, good job of working around that. See all that size, no problem. He's going to get downhill and work around that. That's a great job by Kip Lewis, the redshirt freshman.
Redshirt freshman. He just threw his body in between all those 300-pounders and made a great play. Now they go to the I formation. In the fullback position, it's Murphy in front of Brooks. Takes the pitch. And they're trying to push the pile. They won't get there. Hassan McCullough on the stop, and the Sooners really making him earn this final yard.
Hey, McCullough takes the fight to Murphy. He's not the biggest guy, but watch this hit. There's Sweat right there, but watch this collision right here. Instead of sitting back waiting, bang, he hits him. and blew that play up. That's a heck of a job. The IU transfer. Guy that's been asked to play in space, kind of as a hybrid that time, going back to his old familiar down in the trenches.
Still going with the jumbo formation. They haven't gained an inch in 2 plays. Brooks again. And again, they've got him behind the line. Oklahoma rises up with Danny Stutzman combining with Dasan McCullough. It's 4th down and goal.
Well, as big as you are, if you don't block this guy, you're not going to score running up the middle. Nobody picks up Stutzman, who's the ball hawk, the guy that makes all the tackles on this team. Smart, tough, instinctive. And you may have all that size, but you come very predictable when you go 3 straight trying to run behind the big boys.
That didn't work at all. 3 plays, they lose a yard. Another 4th down play for the Longhorns. Got to hurry here. Play clock at 4. They're going to throw for it. Worthy! Stop short! 4 plays from the 1. They can't get in. An Oklahoma goal line stand that just became part of the lore of this rivalry. Billy Bowman got there. Wow, what a moment. Are you kidding me? What a stand.
Unbelievable.
OU protecting a 7-point lead. Back to work from the 1. He reviewed it, and the call stands. Worthy was getting grabbed around the neck by Billy Bowman. His rear end hits the ball. Is really close to breaking the plane right by.
You're talking inches, and a huge stop. Mentioned 4 times from the 1. That's how you build culture for a guy in his 2nd year of being a head coach.
But if you're Gabriel in the shotgun, halfway deep in the end zone with Walker to your left, you got to be super careful. This again is the noisy end. The Texas crowd breathing down Gabriel's neck here. Handoff for the end zone. Breaking free is Walker. He's got a lot of breathing room. A 1st down out across the 13.
How about that? Inside their 1-yard line. Pressure's on. You know, Texas, they're just trying to get penetration. They're trying to blow that play up in the backfield with that defensive line that they have. And instead, OU does exactly what they need to do. They get some good blocking angles and a good job of reading that play. Developed by Walker.
Well, delay here. You had Stogner and Ethan Burke. They had their face masks locked together from battling there on the edge. Gabriel loops it downfield. Caught. Oh, incomplete. Jaden Gibson had a step on Terrence Brooks. Had it right there. Couldn't collect it.
There's not a lot of room. Look how close he is to the sideline, but he gets a couple of steps on it. Ball is perfectly thrown. Ball could not have been placed out there any better. Look at him on that right arm. Grab it onto it. I'm not saying that for interference. I'm saying that to how he impacted Gibson from being able to get both his arms and hands up there to make that catch. That's what you're taught as a defensive back on those fades.
Gibson, one of the big play weapons here that hasn't been involved yet today. Gabriel going to be swarmed by Anthony Hill. It's a short loss. And now a 3rd and long coming up.
That kid is a superstar, man. Hill is going to be a star in this defense. Again, a true freshman from Denton with the Ryan High School. 6'3", 234. They move him all around.
What do you like here in 3rd and 11, Coach?
At this spot on the field, the ball
out fast.
Ball better get out in a hurry.
Texas not showing pressure. And they only rush 4. And Gabriel flushed out, pump fakes, takes off, and takes a big shot, but makes a 1st down. No sliding that time. Jett Bush hammered him, but the quarterback makes a play.
Well, they brought pressure from here, from the outside. His blind side is picked up by Walker, and that's just Texas. The best player on their defense, Jalen Ford, was there, but just kind of frozen.
Leaping attempt by Gibson. That time it's incomplete. A 12-yard scramble on 3rd and 11 to keep the football up 7 in the 4th quarter.
One of the big keys for Texas was we got to keep Gabriel in the pocket. especially on third down. We cannot let him create. It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to go out there and have to execute. You're worried about your left. You're worried about your right. You're worried about the pass. And then here he comes. So twitchy in space.
Gabriel again takes a quick peek and then takes off. Weaves his way through traffic. He's in the loose. Dylan Gabriel finally chased down at the Texas 30. Keaton Crawford saved the touchdown, but that's the run of his life.
Again, watch the middle linebacker. He's right there, Jalen Ford. You're talking about, again, not just one of the best players on Texas, but one of the better linebackers in the country, just kind of slow to respond.
Kirk, 44 yards in that play. Gabriel, a career-high 110 yards in the Red River rivalry on the ground.
He's such an added dimension to Jeff Levy's scheme of spread and attack and tempo. So much to think about, and then you got to worry about the quarterback's legs added to that.
In Oklahoma, after making a goal line stand for the ages down there, trying to build on this lead, they've driven it from the 1 to the Texas 31. Sawchuk gets a rare carry and is swallowed up inside. It's third down and long again.
What makes that tough is if you start worrying about the run game, you start worrying about him as a threat, you start putting your eyes in the backfield, they've got the receivers, and if you leave a one-on-one, we saw Jaden Gibson had a one-on-one chance against Brooks. It was a great route, great throw. He just unable to hold on to it. But when you start worrying about him taking off and running, you're going to give yourself up to potential one-on-one shots downfield vertically.
Very much in fringe field goal range for Schmidt if they don't gain a yard here in third 10. But it's Stogner making the catch. They get closer. He's a few yards short as Jaron Thompson got him to the ground. There's an Oklahoma lineman still down on the field. This is from 45 to make it a double-digit lead. And it will slide wide right. Schmidt. A close call, but Texas still within 7 with 7:55 to play. Wind swirling a bit in here. Don't know if it was a factor. It just drifted outside.
The Allstate Red River rivalry on ABC is presented by Head & Shoulders. Make every wash count. In part by Allstate. You're in good hands. And Chili's 3 for Me, the best $10.99 you can eat.
Quinn Ewers was a young kid watching the game in the crowd. As he got to high school, he dreamed, Kirk, he might have a chance to be here and play part. Last year was a rout. This year has been tough and dramatic, and Ewers, who had 2 of his first 6 pass attempts intercepted today, is now in a run of 17 straight completions.
Showing a lot of grit here. This game was a tough start for him in the offense.
Brooks stacked up near the line of scrimmage by Jacob Lacey.
See if
third down.
Take advantage of that. Oh, we got a penalty here. Late penalty at the pile. Obviously going to be a dead ball foul. It's just which way is it going to go?
Christian Jones, the right tackle, making his 41st start. He was number 70 in Texas, involved somewhat in this.
He may potentially.
Texas players say it's on OU, Kirk.
Okay. Well, Trace Ford was tangled up with him, and I don't know, looked like he was kicking to get him off of him. Trace Ford went down.
This is a really important call.
Oh my gosh, huge.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, necessary roughness, defense number 30.
Yeah.
15-yard penalty and automatic first down.
Instead of 3rd and 4, it's an automatic first down. The football will move near midfield.
I think he pushes him initially. It was that, and then you can see the reaction by Texas's Christian Jones retaliating back. A lot of times they'll offset that because of the retaliation, but it goes strictly on Ford. So it would have been a 3rd down, and now you're first down yardage.
Adewapure is in the game, Kirk. You'll be happy about that. Young guys on the defensive line for Oklahoma, number 34.
Talented young man.
Just call him double A.
Double A.
Too, yeah. So one of those loss of poise penalties for the Sooners, and Longhorns set up at the 47. You fake it to Brooks. The flag is down. Ewers across the middle. Loops it high. Tried to get it to Whittington. Incomplete. The flag was out very quickly.
It's on Mitchell. His motion, he started to lean before the ball was snapped. Started to cheat towards the line of scrimmage. Illegal shift.
Illegal motion. Offense number 5. Moving forward at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So they'll take the penalty, moving back 5 instead of the incompletion.
Keep waiting for him to make the play, right?
Say that.
Yeah, here he is in motion. Watch how he starts a little bit too early. That's why the flag came out so quickly.
Just 2 catches for 17 yards for Mitchell. Ewers on 1st and 15, feels pressure, rolls back to his right and flips it. There's Whittington, who makes the catch, knocked out at the 40 for a first down by Bowman.
Boy, does he have that quick flick. You know, that ball gets out of his hands so nicely. Good job. This is where that mobility comes into play. See, that safety starts to come down to appreciate the threat of Ewers maybe scrambling. It created a big lane behind him. Easy throw, an easy read.
18th consecutive completion ties Ewers with Colt McCoy. That's 19 of the new record. Whittington gets a block and is being wrestled down inside the 30 by Bowman. Holly?
Guys, major injury news right now. Gentry Williams, the starting cornerback for the Sooners, has been taken to the locker room. In his place, Kendall Doby is out there right now, number 15. Keep your eye on the secondary.
Williams had a big afternoon. Made the pick early. Now Brooks makes a cut in space. Brooks accelerates. Texas touchdown. Jonathan Brooks having a Bijan Robinson type afternoon. Pick it up for the Longhorn great, left off, 29-yard touchdown, a point away from tying this football game.
You got to win on the edge. Ogbo in number 80 at tight end. He's a glorified offensive lineman. Look at the patience and then able to get upfield vertically. That is just Jonathan Brooks in a nutshell, and he points to that forearm.
Fierce, physical, and what you'd expect. Just feels like 2 heavyweights. Texas earned that status by winning earlier at Alabama. Oklahoma still ranked outside the top 10, trying to show that it belongs in that conversation. And this is Farouk from the 3. Jalil Farouk. Ooh. Flashes that speed. Will Stone, the kickoff man, had to force him out of bounds. Back to the touchdown.
Let's go back to this. And again, Jonathan Brooks with the patience, some great blocks, lets the blocks set themselves up. He's emerging as one of the top running backs to me in college football, and what he's been able to do, balancing out this offense with Ewers in his passing game. Look at the emotion. This kid plays with a lot of composure. Had the 2 turnovers early, fought through it. There you see his emotion, and there's Jonathan Brooks pointing to that date, 3/18/22, when he lost his dad.
Spire performance. This is Stoops on the end around, makes a cut, and dragged down after a solid first-down game. Walker made a block on the edge.
This is where legacies are built, right? Rivalry game, 27-27, under 6 minutes to go. Both teams undefeated.
Oklahoma had a chance to go up double digits. That narrow miss on the field goal. Now it's a tie game and a swarming play. T'Vondre Sweat got out to the edge, got Walker to the ground. Now it's 3rd down and 5.
Boy, that's a great job of getting off the block. You know, such size, a double team. See how he extends with his arms, sheds the block. Again, you got to keep in mind, he's 362 pounds to be able to be that nimble and quick and being able to get off that block.
Gabriel dealing with the noise at this left end of the stadium. Saxon delivers, but a high fastball, and Stogner couldn't come up with it. Gabriel and this offense, Kirk, have not been able to click in some crucial potential conversions here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, when you're on the right hash and you go into the boundary, there's just not a lot of room to work. And you got to get that ball out in a hurry. And instead of it getting out on time, he makes up for it by throwing it with a lot of velocity. Tough ask for Stogner to worry about, am I going to get my feet in? And then here comes a 95-mile-an-hour fastball coming right at you.
There's Xavier Worthy awaiting the punt of Josh Plaster. Special teams have been not just important, but adventurous today. Plaster kind of bobbled the snap. It's a low kick, which will bounce. And Worthy feels it just at the last second. Bearing down on him was Peyton Bowen, that freshman special team star. A risky play for the veteran and a crucial 50-yard punt for Plaster.
Boy, Bowen blocked those 2 punts earlier. He's got a bright future. He was hoping that Worthy might try to put his hands on it.
Mentioned legacies, Kurt.
Here we go.
Now it's Ewers' turn. A disastrous start to this game. He's recovered nicely. Got a record string of consecutive completions going, 19 in a row. 4:49 to play in regulation. He's got Brooks, the hot hand behind him. They fake it to him. Ewers launching downfield for Worthy. Coming back, and it's broken up beautifully by Woody Washington. Longhorns wanted a flag. There isn't one.
Well, I think Worthy, if he would have stopped running downfield and worked even harder back to the football, he could have drawn a potential penalty. There's contact there. Bill, what do you think? I mean, super slow-mo, it looks like obvious pass interference, but in real time, what do you think?
Real time, I thought it was a good play, but watching that angle there, he got into him early with the body, even though he turned back for the ball.
Worthy this time settles in the zone, makes the catch. The string is snapped at 19 straight completions, but Ewers shakes it off right back to work.
Yeah, that's who he is, right? Comes right back to an RPO, gets the ball out in a hurry. Should mention, Key Lawrence is no longer playing safety. He's now playing corner.
Ewers
right there
again finds a man open. It's Worthy in space, picking on the man you mentioned.
Yeah, that's what the reason I bring that up is he's a safety. This is a really tough thing to ask of a safety, to be out there on an island. If Quinn Ewers and Sark are smart, I think they attack him, especially if you don't have safety support behind him.
Playing fast, Ewers looking to launch again, and now he'll just check it down. Brooks on the edge. Plows forward there at midfield. Picked up another nice chunk on first down.
Holly mentioned Dolby going in for Gentry Williams. Now that Dolby's on the sideline, they've moved Lawrence in there. And when you're a safety, moving the corner, now Dolby actually comes back into the game.
Brooks, patient, very patient. Finally will muscle right near the marker. Interesting how you play this now. Oklahoma's got a couple timeouts. 3.5 minutes. The clock can move pretty quickly with the new rules. Outside of 2 minutes here. How much of in a hurry does Sark want to be at this moment?
I don't think he is. Oklahoma has spent one of their timeouts earlier. You stay with your game plan. You know, you're mixing up the tempos.
Brooks cuts forward, falls forward for about 4.
It's still some big-time collisions going on down there. Instead of Stutzman, that time it's Kanik meeting him in the hole with positive yards for the Horns on that 1st and 10 play.
They're playing with tempo here, believing they got the Sooners defense kind of on the ropes. On the slant, Worthy makes the catch, absorbs the hit from Bowen, holds on, and it's a first down to the 35.
Yeah, they used the motion, and I think that affects things. Stutzman ends up coming down. You see this motion by Sanders. Now watch Stutzman blitz here. Good job seeing that by Ewers. Look at that vacancy right behind that blitz.
Saw the collision, as you said. It's been featured from the first snap, and Bowman took the shot from the receiver. He tried to get up and play through it. Then he just went down to one knee. Already very depleted in the secondary. You know, this is exactly what you expect to see, as so many games before it in these series. Hard hits, wild plays, wacky stuff. A number of plays that could potentially be part of the lore and legacy of this game and these individual guys. And now here we go. 2.5 to go. Texas on the march.
2.5 to go. This is not a point in the game where you're worried about, hey, let's kill some clock. Now, if you get down inside the 20 and you start to put that point, think about maybe that consideration. But Right now, that is not the case at all. They're just trying to continue to execute. Been so impressed with Quinn Ewers today. You know, playing quarterback is not just about throwing it around in shorts and a T-shirt. You know, when he was in high school, he got a lot of fanfare, a lot of recognition. When you really earn your stripes as a quarterback, a guy, you think of any NFL guy who's become a legend, it's what you do in these kind of moments, leading a football team, going through, throwing a couple picks early, withstanding that, enduring that, and continuing to play with poise. That's what we've seen today from number 3.
Longhorns asking for quiet from their crowd. Bowman taken to the sidelines. And first down, Ewers is going to be swallowed up and sacked. Jacob Lacey, the Notre Dame transfer, 6th sack.
Yeah, they slant this defensive line right through this gap right here. Affects the communication. He kind of gets lost there. Keep in mind now, you got the backup center, who, by the way, has done a heck of a job. Connor Robertson in for Jake Majors. First time we've really seen some penetration there, and it was the slant. Good call there by Brent Venables.
Using the depth on this defense, something they didn't have a year ago. Worthy on the edge, gets a couple blocks, cuts, and that was a nice play. Cutting inside was Peyton Bowen, then at freshman to prevent a bigger gain.
Here we go. 3rd down.
Not in field goal range yet. They need 9.
A lot of rotating, continuing the rotation of the bodies up front for Oklahoma. They need to affect Ewers by getting penetration, trying to get him off his spot. Mitchell down here. We keep calling for him, Chris, down here at the bottom. We're going to get a timeout.
Oklahoma will spend a timeout. Clock ticking down. Ball's at the 35. That would make it about a 52-yard field goal attempt for Bert Auburn. He wasn't trying it from that distance in warm-up. Fringe of field goal range for this 3rd and 9. Brooks breaks a tackle. He's wrestled down inside the 30. And Sarkisian clearly, well, hoping his back would bust one, as he has a lot, but playing for an improved field goal try here. Oklahoma spends their last timeout with 1:22.
You know, it's the beauty of having a runner that can get some tough yards for you. You're right. You think of Sark, you think of maybe throwing it, maybe trusting a quarterback, maybe drawing up a ball play to get a one-on-one matchup. Instead, he goes more the conservative route on 3rd down just to give himself a better chance at this potential go-ahead score. OU now out of timeouts. More than anything, remember how quickly they can move, though. Their offense, 1:22, if they're executing, that's not the issue, even though they're out of timeouts.
So Auburn made a couple today. It's been a tricky, swirling wind. Could have played a part in the narrow miss by Schmidt for Oklahoma earlier in the quarter. Pre-game, this direction was kicking into a pretty stiff breeze. It looks to me like it's died down a little bit.
It starts sending the offense out now.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's got the timeout, so I don't know if he's messing around here, going to try to draw him off, try to get a cheap one here to get a 1st down, and then call a timeout late, or what he's doing.
Sooners were running around. They had the field goal block team out there trying to get a defense set up, see if they run a play. They are nowhere near organized. Longhorns need 4 if they snap it. It looks like they're just trying to,
he's just trying to
get the Sooners to jump. And we'll spend a timeout, worth a try.
We're sitting here talking about I'm looking at the huddle. I'm like, wait a second, 3? Is he? There's no way he'd go for this.
OU wasn't fooled ultimately.
Well, this is why you practice, right? You're over on that far field as a specialist. During those dog days of summer, over there working, focus, getting ready for this kind of opportunity. You dream about this opportunity as a kicker. You hope it comes down to a tie game, and there's Sark talking to him.
Quarterbacks have their dreams.
Jeff Banks
have their kind of dreams too.
Yeah.
Sark was with him pregame, trying to loosen him up, instill confidence. You know, Auburn has missed a couple in recent weeks. He's been solid so far today. Dead center from 47 yards to put the Longhorns in front with 1:22 to go. Drives it. Clutch. Auburn, with plenty of distance to spare, comes up big. Texas was down 10. He's now up 3. Dillon Gabriel, your turn. No timeouts, but 1:17 to play with.
And that is clutch. Auburn just steps right into the moment and doesn't flinch. Beautiful Texas sky. That ball goes right through the uprights. What a day for Sark and Jeff Banks, a special teams coordinator, and how much of an impact. It's not over, but the specialists have had that third phase of the game for the Horns. Remember, OU at the end of the first half had a 9-play, 67-yard drive. Ended up at a field goal. It took about 1:53. Now they got 1:15 or so here.
Mentioned the special teams. And the block punt ended up in a touchdown. They had the fake punt executed. And rock solid today. Bert Auburn 3 for 3. Gabriel has lost, I think, a little bit of rhythm here in the fourth quarter, Kirk. OU hasn't scored. A couple of makeable throws on 3rd and 4th down conversions.
Yeah, but this kid wants this moment as well.
He's built for this.
Woody Washington coming down the corner to talk to him. It's a guy that didn't get to play in this game last year. And now he's down 3 with no timeouts.
Can Farouk create some field position? Very dangerous returner today. Stone drives it right through the back of the end zone, says forget the return. So here we go. Dillon Gabriel denied the chance to be on this field. Ripped his heart out to have to watch with a concussion. And be a hero in the Red River rivalry.
Offensive line has some backups in there. They've got to hold up, give him time. But they are built not only for this because of their moxie and their attitude, but their scheme. They go as fast as anybody in the country. So the first thing they need is that first down to get their tempo going.
How aggressive will Texas play it? They only rush 3, drop into coverage. Gabriel across the middle, and it's complete for a first down. He found Stoops.
Put your seatbelt on. That's what they wanted. Now just a matter of getting lined up. Texas got to be ready to be aggressive, not be conservative, sitting back.
Long throw, catch made. Farouk makes one man miss, and suddenly in a couple of plays, they're in Texas territory.
That's 2 plays, and he gets out of bounds. I mean, that's what this offense can do for you. Farouk now is having just a huge day. 130 yards on the day receiving.
Gabriel, pocket collapsing, he escapes. Flips it across the middle, and Stoops running free. And the legend's son moves the football down into the red zone in the final minute.
Boy, Jalen Ford came up. Remember, he's been lost when Gabriel's run. That time he came up, and it opened up a throw to Stoops.
Gabriel pump fake, launching for the end zone, incomplete. There was a battle on the far sideline, and a flag comes out. Brooks was defending Nick Anderson.
Well, slant and go. And Brooks essentially tackles him because he bit on the slant. As he went by him, he just grabbed onto him. So a good call by the officials.
Pass interference, defense, number 8. Automatic first down, just by the foul.
Well, Gabriel and his playmakers have moved the ball down in 28 seconds. Here inside the 10.
There's a progressive pylon cam showing to the end of that slant and go, but an obvious pass interference in the right call.
It's going to be Tawee Walker's show in the backfield. Holly reporting Marcus Major not available, out of this game. First down. The throw for it. Now he'll take off. And knocked down at the 3. Texas has timeouts. Will they spend it here?
I think Texas is just going to hope that their defense can hold on here. OU's got to throw incompletions or score. They cannot afford to get tackled in bounds.
Gabriel. Launches touchdown! Nick Anderson! his first catch of the football game. Younger brother of Rodney Anderson, former Oklahoma running back, has put the Sooners on top with 15 seconds to play. Epic drive by Gabriel. He said he's built for this. He delivered.
So often I talk about, look how fired up Gabriel is, man. Good for him. So often I talk about what happens before the play. Well, here's another example of that with Nick Anderson going in motion. Watch the reaction from Texas right in the back as he responds. He calls it off, says, hey, you got him, you got him. Now watch the Texas reaction here once he goes into motion. He said, you got him, I got him? Who has him? I don't have him. And then he's lost. So a miscommunication on the back end from the Texas secondary with that pre-snap movement created doubt and hesitation by Jaron Thompson. They weren't quite sure who had him matched up man-to-man. He sneaks into that back of the end zone. And how about the line giving Gabriel enough time to get that read and make that throw?
You know, Anderson's known as a big play guy. Kirk, his average of 28 yards a catch. It's one of the best in FBS. That's a 3-yard catch that he'll never forget. Gabriel 4 for 4 on the drive. His first touchdown pass of the football game. Gives him a 4-point lead.
We talk about legacies being built in these games. There's still 15 seconds to go, but what a performance and a drive by number 8, Dillon Gabriel, in this Oklahoma offense. Clutch.
They didn't come after him early in the drive. They dropped 8 into coverage. He was able to get the ball out pretty calmly, get the drive going, and crank that tempo.
Again, their system is built, even though you're out of timeouts, they're built for that. We saw it at the end of the first half. We saw it at the end of this game. Jeff Lebby deserves a ton of credit for putting this plan together and putting his quarterback in this offense in a position to be able to make those plays late. What a call there at the end. With that motion, create that doubt, and then the touchdown. Let's see if Ewers can make something happen.
Yeah, he needs to get 75 yards into the end zone. Does have a couple of timeouts, but only 15 seconds. They throw it underneath. A short piece. Whittington just wants to get down. Breaks free at the 43. They'll spend a timeout, and now they're in sort of Hail Mary position.
Yeah, a lot of dancing around. I mean, you just got to get north and south in this situation. Every second matters. Just get north and south, get down, and call a timeout. You wonder if you try to, with at least a one timeout, do you try something where you can throw it for 10 or 12 or 15 yards, catch the football, get down, and then it becomes maybe a little bit more realistic if you're at plus 40 as opposed to the ball being at your own 44. I think Sark, with that extra timeout, takes a shot to get a little bit closer before you just heave it up and hope.
Mililani, Hawaii is where Gabriel is from. It's a small town. If you go from Honolulu up to the North Shore, you pass through it. It's a kind of a bucolic setting. He goes from there to UCF, plays 3 years, is going to go to UCLA, gets rerouted to Norman, couldn't play here a year ago. You could write a screenplay about his story alone, but also just about this game. Last play coming up. Can Ewers conjure a miracle?
He's got to, I mean, if he wants to throw it over here, he's got obviously a chance to just get some yards. They can go left.
They'll go underneath here. They use 4 seconds, 2 remain, and the ball's at the 44.
Yeah, there's the call right there. Smart. Sark's now going to use that last timeout. By the way, this is one of those games you want to see the 5th quarter. You know, and it's like with the new Big 12 without the divisions, you probably, chances are you're going to get it in the Big 12 championship game.
So you want to see a sequel for quarters? 20 miles west of here in Arlington?
Yeah, that's right.
West Virginia's in the mix.
Yeah.
West Virginia doesn't play Texas. They do play Oklahoma, but yeah, you wouldn't bet against these two teams being the top 2. No division course.
What a battle. What I love about this battle is there's ebb and flow, and And it's like, okay, one team's going to pull away. No, this team that faces some tough times and some obstacles and some adversity, they come storming back, and then it looks like they're in control, and then the other side comes back. So, man, what a game to grow from for both these teams.
They used to call it the bronze hat, but that didn't fit. This is OU in Texas, and then they printed it with the golden hat. It's been going since World War II era. It comes off that thing, and it is put on the head. And
it's the photos and the social media. It's going to be everywhere.
You've earned the right to put that hat on today if you emerge victorious in Red River Rivalry number 119.
So you got off to the right. You got Mitchell, who's 6'4". Sanders is over there. He's at 6'4". All the OU defenders, or a lot of them, 6 of them standing on the goal line waiting for the throw.
Ewers hoping for time to launch. They come after him. Does step forward. Hit as he throws. A high ball near the goal line. Broken up. Batted down. Oklahoma wins it. So the Oklahoma football team coming off a 6-7 season. In year 2 for Venables, he said, I don't know if we're a championship team. We're not there yet. We're taking steps. They took a monster step today as Dylan Gabriel leads him down the field for the winning touchdown. He's with Holly.
Well, Dylan, you took the field with 1:17 to go, a final drive. What did you say to your teammates and to yourself so you could execute on that drive?
We do it every Wednesday. We do it every Wednesday. This is what OU football is all about. This is why I came here. This game, a lot of respect for Texas, man. They played their butt off. Quinn's a hell of a Q. They play really well. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, making plays. And Nick made a play, so let's do this.
You made a great play in the red zone. You had to rise up, jump up to make that throw over the offensive line. What did you see and how did you complete it?
Bay called me last night. He told me do whatever it takes. So you know what I'm saying? I'm all about OU football. I love this place. This is what college football is all about. Let's go.
This is your first time playing in this game. Legends are made in this game. What should they say about Dylan Gabriel and your Sooners after this?
I love my teammates. I love my team. That's always what I've been about, man. And God is good. God is good.
Go enjoy this win, young man.
Thank you.
He's a man of deep faith. Uses the sign of the cross to center himself before he takes the field for every possession. The flag has been planted. The golden hat is in the middle of that humanity in the middle of the field. They'll pass that around like it's the Stanley Cup, right?
This is a cool shot. Look at that. Look at that. Half of the stadium dejected. The other half, pure elation.
And every single person left with memories they won't forget.
Yeah. They're going to meet again, more than likely.
Well, thankfully, they're going to meet again in this field for years to come. That will not change as they move to the SEC next season. But you're right. Here in the Dallas area in Arlington is where the conference championship game is. He was so calm with Holly. Now you're seeing a lot of the feisty side of Gabriel.
Yeah. Man, this is... If you watch this one, you'll never forget. We'll be talking about this one for a long time. Texas with the field, it looks like they're going to get out of here with a win, and then Gabriel would not be denied as he is with his family. It's awesome.
On this perfect day in Dallas, in addition to this great rivalry, we will not forget. 34-30, Sooners over the Longhorns. Today's game, produced by Bill Bonnell, directed by Jimmy Platt. We thank our tremendous crew for dealing with all the technical challenges in the early going. For Kirk Herbstreit, Holly Rowe, Chris Fowler saying so long from the Cotton Bowl. After a break, more football. Virginia Tech and Florida State.